I spent 20 hours in the Dunes of Arrakis, thanks to Funcom for supplying me with the press and creator access. In this video, we're going to be breaking down that 20 hours and going over all of the mechanics and things that I found during my time playing Dune Awakening. But before we get started, there are a few things you should know. Dune Awakening was delayed and their new launch date is on June 10th. You guys can get a little bit of a head start by checking out their character creator and benchmark tool, and you will be rewarded with a frame blade skin that you can redeem at launch. Also, pre-orders are open. Go to Steam and check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description. Click on that and you can sign up for the open beta. Yes, we have an open beta coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss out on this. You're going to want to get in on it. And if you don't mind, smash that like button, subscribe. Let's jump right into the sands, baby. Real quick, for those of you that don't know what Dune Awakening is. Dune Awakening is an open world multiplayer survival game on a massive scale. Now, a lot of people have said that this is a MMO, and I'm gonna just go ahead and just say that this is not a true MMO. It's more on the survival side than anything, but it's more than just survival. Dune Awakening offers a large-scale, persistent, and highly immersive world with social hubs bustling with other players, server-wide politics, and intrigue, and a cinematic storyline that will leave you at the edge of your seat. The Fremen have vanished, Paul Atreides has never been born, Lady Jessica obeyed the Bene Gesserit and gave birth to a girl, Duke Leto Atreides survived the assault on Arrakis and is now locked in a brutal conflict with the Harkonnen over Arrakis and its precious spice. In this unique but still familiar take on the iconic sci-fi universe of Dune, you'll begin as a prisoner sent to Arrakis to uncover the mystery of Fremen's disappearance. Following in the footsteps of the mysterious desert tribe, you will learn the true meaning of desert power as you rise from a nameless survivor to becoming an agent of Atreides or Harkonnen. So yeah, basically this is a true open world sandbox in the desert. Now obviously with any game, right, we start with the character creator. Customization options in this are super robust. I mean, typically survival crafting games don't have the best character creator. This one goes into detail. I mean, literally you can dial in your character pretty good. What's more interesting is how you choose your origins, or where you came from, your background, your role in the world. You can be a smuggler with black market ties, a tech-savvy off-worlder, or someone native to Arrakis trying to survive. These aren't just flavor picks either. They introduce your gear, your dialogue, your standing with factions, and how to progress through the early game. And yes, there are factions. We have the Chom, which basically, you know, the big money, the Fremen, which is the desert survivalist, the House of Harkonnen, which is space psychos, let's be honest. And aligning with them opens unique quests, gear, and perks. Then boom, you're dropped into the deep sands of Arrakis. No hand-holding, no overly lengthy tutorials. They trust you to learn by doing, and I honestly love that. But let's jump into what really is the heart of Dune Awakening, and that is going to be survival. Not survival light, not eat some berries and you're fine. Real harsh, stay in the shade or die. Literally, the sun is probably your worst enemy and hydration is going to be your second. I mean, honestly, the hydration meter drops faster than my bank account when I get paid. Early on, every drop of water, every scrap of tech you find will matter. But also, you're going to need to worry about hydration a lot, okay? I feel like maybe this is a little too harsh, but hydration is a big deal in Dune Awakening, and I guess it makes sense because we're literally in the desert. If you think of it from that perspective, it's pretty balanced since you are literally in the Dunes of Arrakis. And trust me, the desert is alive. You scavenge old crash sites, harvest spice with mobile extractors, and dodge environmental hazards like radiation, dehydration, and yes, massive worms that hunt you based on sound and movement. It's tense, it's immersive, and it forces you to be a little bit smart and tactical. You're always weighing, do I stay longer for more loot or play it safe and bounce? And when the sun rises over the dunes and you're hauling back a bag of spice to your camp while something roars behind you, that's when the game really hits. The tension is real. Carrying a bunch of loot and hearing a sandworm coming is a feeling that I've never felt in any survival game. While you're dodging sandworms, you'll be scavenging scraps, salvaging spice gear, and slowly building out your first base. The early hours are all about adapting and not dying. Being able to customize and build your own base in a survival MMO is a feeling that I love. And with this, obviously we do have base building in Dune Awakening. You'll be able to gather resources, blueprint your outpost, Blueprinting outposts is really cool, by the way. You can actually save your outpost and sell it on the market, which is super cool. So if you're not really good at building, maybe you can buy one from somebody. You'll be able to choose where you set up shop though. And inside your base, you've got stations for tech, crafting, weapon upgrades, armor enhancement, and more. Your base needs upkeep though. Harsh winds will damage it, so you got to watch out for sandstorms, which sandstorms are super dangerous when you're out in the open, so make sure to watch out for those. You'll get a warning ahead of time when they're coming, and you're going to need to hide. You'll have to stay sheltered until it's gone. But otherwise, yes, it will damage your base, and you'll need to repair it over time. And if you're in the wrong zone, sandstorms can bury it entirely. This isn't cosmetic housing. It's functional, a safe zone, workshop, storage vaults, you know, the typical crafting survival thing you would expect. It's not flashy, like decorative things. Well, at least not in this preview, it wasn't. There's one thing I will say about the building though. It's a little finicky at first. It takes some time to get used to. Most building systems aren't as complicated as this one. The controls and things just feel a little bit complicated, but you quickly get used to it. Now, we usually know that deserts are vast. They're huge. So that means you're going to need to traverse across this thing. Do you think you're just going to walk the whole time? Nah, we got vehicles, man. Traversing Arrakis is no joke. The map is massive, and early on, it's you versus sand on foot. So prepare for that. There's going to be a lot of running on sand in the beginning, but eventually you'll unlock vehicles, or you could find them just out in the open like I did and steal them. Yeah, we stole some bikes, and apparently if you just take it back to your base, it's now yours. Who'd have thought? But Dune Awakening is full of multiple different types of vehicles. I mean, honestly, one of the coolest ones is ornithopters, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that. We weren't able to get to try that out in this preview, but man, I cannot wait. With all that, there's a satisfying loop here. Get the gear, get the ride, and explore deeper into Arrakis' most dangerous zones. And while you're exploring, make sure to look high, because there is verticality. You can scale cliffs, navigate canyons, and use terrain to escape fights or gain the upper hand. It's not just flat desert out there. Combat is a little clunky, but it's also a little tactical. You've got melee and ranged options, and in my opinion, melee is not the greatest in this game. However, ranged is pretty decent. And while early gear is scrappy and basic, it evolves pretty quickly. You'll be able to time your dodges, positioning, and stamina management, and that's going to be part of combat in any situation in this game. It kind of feels like it's not mindless, and it's not mindless click to win. It's kind of like a dance or die type of feeling. Like that with the melee right now, there's no targeting system. So when you do run at an enemy and you lunge at them, there is a pretty high chance that you're going to miss them, unfortunately. That's one of the downfalls of the combat at the moment, in my opinion. However, the ranged weapons are pretty good, and honestly, I used more range than anything, unless I had to have a slow blade to take out a shield. I mean, stealth is an option too, and there's kind of some really great tension when you're trying to sneak past patrols or wildlife. If you're loud, you'll attract attention from enemies and sandworms. Just trust me though, don't fight near open dunes unless you have an escape plan. If you see a vast open area where there is literally just sand and dunes, best expect there is going to be a sandworm lurking around. Now let's talk a little bit about multiplayer and like co-op stuff, right? PvP and all that. We didn't really get to do a lot of PvP, and I played a lot of this solo. Early on, I did play with my wife, so she was there with me during the beginning of this. However, you know, life happens and I had to continue on without her. Unfortunately, I did run into some other players, and yeah, this part is a little awkward because you don't really know who they are because they don't have name tags over their heads. That's another downfall of this, by the way, that I personally think they should change. I don't know their names, and I don't know whether they're enemy or frenemies, if you know what I mean. So nameplates are not a thing really in Dune Awakening. I think there's a certain way that you can see them if they're on your squad. However, I didn't really get to test out the co-op stuff too much, but from what I've seen, that is the one downfall of being in a squad. You're really not going to know who is your team and who is the enemy and who's an NPC. And that's one thing that they should fix. I will say that without nameplates, it really feels like anything could happen at any time. Like you're not really aware of who's who. And there's kind of a really cool feeling to that, but it could get really trolly really quick. I mean, they've got co-op missions, dynamic objectives, and obviously the world is shared, and there's moments that will obviously hit differently. You'll want friends or at least alliances, because one wrong move out in the open and you're worm food. So after about 20 hours with Dune Awakening, what do I think? Honestly, it's shaping up to be something pretty special. The first, 5 to 10 hours are rich with exploration, tension, and storytelling, and the perfect blend of survival and sci-fi intrigue. And everything after that kind of just follows up with it. I mean, everything from building your first vehicle, or heck, even finding one out in the open like I did. I'm more excited than ever to see where Funcom takes this game. If they can stick the landing and keep the systems balanced, Dune Awakening might be their most ambitious game ever. I know that if you're a Dune fan or you love the deep survival MMO style games, you're gonna love this. And just to mention, guys, the pre-orders are open, so you guys can go pre-order the game, and while you're there, make sure to click access to the open beta that's going to be happening soon, so you guys can sign up right now, get access to the open beta, and cross your fingers and hope you get in. Just to mention, when that open beta does happen, I will be live streaming that on Twitch, so if you guys want to come by and check it out, twitch.tv/Nebstar N3BST4R. You can find me anywhere. All social media is Nebstar. Yo, if you guys enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into Dune Awakening and just the general chaos that could happen in the dunes, let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.